Good morning. My name is Arthur Medicine Eagle Saunier, and in my language of Mi'kmaq it is Nibisong Kivu. In Lakota it is Wambil Ponkan. I'm here to speak about the pipeline in North Dakota and Iowa and Illinois. It's been going on for a while, and it's very sad that our government sits back and allows such atrocities to happen. The people out there that are standing and staying firm to fight this pipeline know in their hearts and they know in their minds that this pipeline has a high probability of ruining the water in the breadbasket of the United States of America, and therefore causing havoc amongst many, many people. It will tear down our life source. We need water to survive. We have Nestle Corporation that is continually stealing water from reservoirs or getting it at a very low cost and making high profits selling it to people. You know, there was an old person a long time ago, a respected elder, that had talked to me, and he explained to me that one day I would see air that people would have to buy. I would see water that people would have to buy. And if you didn't have the money to pay for it, you will die. It seems that that old man's prophecy is coming true and it's unfolding. It's up to us people who are the water protectors to keep that from happening. It breaks my heart to see those police officers out there acting as asses as what they are by wanting to pull their weapons out, put their fingers on the triggers. And I've analyzed a lot of those pictures and looked at the police officers. I've looked at facial expressions whenever I could get a clear shot of a face. They wear the mask out there, or the shields, the face shields. They have ear protection on because they have the LRAD trucks out there, which will blast your eardrums out if they turn them on. They were first used in Philadelphia in the riots a few years ago. And so now they are located out there. Sad enough, those machines are made in my hometown here, Bedford, Indiana. I've made a lot of waves in this town because I put a flag in the front yard upside down, and I also had posted a sign protesting the pipeline. And the reason that I got involved was because of the fact that my brothers and sisters were out there on the line on Labor Day weekend, and I was in ceremony, and I got home and I found out that they had taken and put dogs out there and pepper spray, and they used it on the people on the line, spraying them in the eyes and letting the dogs bite the people. There's a lot of news media or whatever going around that is pro-pipeline. The only reason they are pro-pipeline is because of the fact that they are being paid big money across the table. There's no such thing as under the table anymore. It's all out in the open. People know it. But a lot of people in this country are complacent. They're afraid to lose their job. They're afraid to give up, sacrifice anything, because they have a pool in their backyard, or they have a real fancy luxury car, or maybe 5 or 6 cars and a beautiful home. You know, they don't want to give up that kind of stuff, and they would much rather hold on to the material things than the spiritual things. But they go to church every Sunday and they proclaim that they believe in Jesus Christ and Christianity. The Lord is their Savior and all of this. Well, where's that Lord saving this? Where is that Lord saving the water? It's the people that's saving the water. The people are out there fighting for Creator. They are working their duty to make sure that the pipeline does not go through. It seems that our United States government has become so greedy. Our politicians complain they don't make enough money, but yet they get paid all this money from these people coming in there called lobbyists, and they pay those politicians very good money to put a bill through that's in favor of the lobbyist. It doesn't matter if anything is for the people of the United States of America. The lobbyists have the money to pay, and so greed in the hearts of the politicians always prevails. It will never fail until something happens that we change our government policy. It doesn't mean that we have to have a dictatorship, but the government should be ran by the people and for the people, not choose these people and trust these people to go in there and sit on their duffs for half a year and supposedly working, and they're not doing a damn thing for us. They don't produce any real, genuine results for us. They feed us a bone every now and then, or a biscuit, and then they say, oh yes, we did this for you, we did that for you. No. No. It's time America wakes up. It's time America sees what's going on and does something about it. It's time that people stop being so damn selfish and greedy. This is your home, people. You live on this earth. You destroy it by throwing your cigarette butts down. You destroy it by throwing your pop bottles, your beer cans, every freaking piece of trash you can think of out of your car windows or in parking lots at grocery stores or even your own yards or homes. You're destroying it because you don't have any respect for the earth that you live on, and you don't have any respect for your own self. My words may sound harsh, but the reason that they sound harsh is because you're offended because I am speaking the truth. I am a person who's never ever cared to cut through and candy wash everything. I'm not a politician. I'm a human being, and I speak my word, and I'm not afraid to speak my word. I ask every one of you people that are watching this to please take in consideration to teach your neighbors, share with your neighbors and your communities, and build a better world. There's more than enough ugliness out there, and we don't need that. What we need are people who are competent leaders, competent politicians. And I feel the way that we're going to find those competent politicians is to make sure that every single politician that is going into office or running for any political office whatsoever is tested for drugs. If you think that sounds ludicrous, it doesn't to me. The decisions that those people we entrust to oversee our country is ludicrous. They make decisions that are not for the people or by the people, but for their own self-gain. We've asked President Obama to intervene on the pipeline. President Obama goes and signs a document that says, yeah, it's a temporary hold for 20 miles each way on the pipeline. It wasn't a document that completely stopped the pipeline. So all that time that's been going by, people have been working on the pipeline, building it, and destroying more earth. The people on the pipeline on Labor Day weekend, when they went in and they destroyed the cultural antiquities and the burials, they hired their own people to come in there and paid them good money to lie. They also made statements that they would not allow any person from Standing Rock Reservation to be there when they were going through doing their so-called antiquity survey. Now, I worked with an archaeological crew a long time ago, and I taught them very well on things. And they also taught me. They showed me the things that they looked for. And the things that they looked for, they were looking for fire-cracked rock. They were looking for arrowheads on above the ground so that they could figure out what was going on in that area, and then they could go and do their survey farther. I ended up asking the antiquities overseer for Indiana to talk with my boss on the job site and let us do some digging in another spot. And this was on an old village, and it was to prove that the village was still intact under the Erie Canal and also under the track where the horses walked on the Erie Canal. It also gave proof that the workers and the American Indians were in existence at that particular spot, because we found fish bones, bird bones, we found other animal leg bones, excuse me, and we continue to get it taken care of. I respect those people, and I respect Jim Mohow for what he allowed us to do there, and his supervisor, Mr. Jones. Our world is in a lot of trouble. This country was stolen from the American Indian people, and my grandparents were so afraid they left Nova Scotia to come to this country and lied about who they were and what they were, just so they could make a living and a life for themselves. Back in those days, everything was pushed under the table, and it was hush-hush, because if you were an Indian, you weren't shit. You could not own land. You could not have a decent job. And people looked down on you like you were some kind of trash. Sad enough, there are still people today that still do that same thing. People's hearts need to change. We do it through prayer. We send those prayers up because we're trying to help the world and protect the world. Creator put us on this earth as protectors, not destroyers. But white man, through his Bible, got the idea that God put him in charge of everything, so therefore man could do everything, and Jesus would save him for his sins. That's not sins. It's not sins. You're slapping the Creator in the face. And it needs to stop. Go to your church or churches or your mosques or whatever. Do your prayers. And stop asking for stuff for your own self. Start praying for other people. And maybe your life will turn around and do something better for humankind. I can't say it any clearer, and I refuse to back down. I refuse to candy coat my words. As I said, I'm not a slick politician. I'm a human being. I live on this earth. I have a right to live on this earth, just as you and everybody else. And religions have created more wars and atrocities in this world above and beyond anything else, because it has given them some leeway to think that they have entitlement to own everything. They do not own me. They never will own me. Thank you.